Hello all, I am Sam. Sam I am, and it rhymes with lamb. I knocked at the garden gate in 2020, a middle schooler. Though I wouldn't get my ADD diagnosis until years later, I displayed all the symptoms at the time. Which is to say that, sitting in front of my Zoom class, refusing to pay attention, I was chronically bored. Pi Show served to ease that boredom, giving me a sense of community I not only was unable to feel at the time, but quite possibly had never felt before. For about a year, I remained a part of that community until, whether caused by or correlated with the approach of summer vacation, I vanished in 2021. Now, in 2024, as I prepare myself to move off to college, I find myself drawn back to PaiShow. Perhaps the imminent loss of in person contact with my many friends reminds me of COVID and reminds me of the community that cared for me during that time. Perhaps I anticipate boredom during the lectures that await me and remember PaiShow as a semi synchronous but not attention intensive way to pass the time. Maybe I'm just bored now and dissatisfied with all the transient forms of entertainment I indulge in. Whatever the reason, I feel like returning to the community, and what better way to do so than with a podcast? I tried a podcast before, co hosting alongside Dal and Ron John Jr. It had seemed like a wonderful idea, a form of community engagement that hadn't really existed at the time and, as far as I'm aware, doesn't exist now. But it was equally short lived as it was novel, not making it a single episode past introductions. This time I hope to be different. I'm older now, and have had more experience with difficult projects. I can't promise this won't fizzle out as quickly as the last one did, but I can promise to try to make it work. I do not foresee myself taking up a co host for this project, though I won't discount the possibility out of principle. I cannot foresee myself, however, creating this type of content by myself. I suspect this will be the last episode, if you can even call this an episode, with only my voice, literal or otherwise. In my mind, guest speakers are a given. How could I talk about ginseng without talking to Monk Gyatso? It would be unthinkable to discuss the strategy behind Scud Pai Show without consulting the legendary Cannoli. Beyond the fact that the creation of a podcast interests me and that I want to talk with members of the community in doing so, little else has formed in my mind. And so I ask you, member of the Garden Gate, what do you want to hear? And with whom do you want to hear me discuss it with? Strategy with Cannoli, ginseng's history with Gyatso, this community's origins with Scud himself? Sorry, nothing ever happened with that episode, Scud. I have no excuse, other than that it was Dallin's fault. Recounts of the great games of Risk played on the Atla World map with Momo or Kajan or Serapa. Do those players even exist? Would a podcast even interest anybody? Someday I'll have a better idea of what I want to make and whom I want to make it with. But I've been gone for far too long. I know far too few current active members to know even where to start. And so I ask you, if you have any suggestions from what I should make, whom I should make it with, how long I should make it, if there should be background music, if there should be background gameplay, what new books I should read, anything, please let me know. Either by emailing the address linked in the description or by DMing me on Discord. I'm Sam Views, no R, Sam for short, all that jazz, and it has been lovely chatting with you.